Hey everybody, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. It is the 12th of January 2020. I am in Tracy, California. Now, this light's a little strange, I understand that. It's going to be one of those things. I'm still trying to figure out how to get this light right. I will figure it out. I just don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but we'll figure it out here somehow, some way. I'll get a light that's going to shine better. This is a little lantern I got. I thought maybe it would work. So. But anyway, like I said, I'm in Tracy, California. If you watched the last couple of videos, I'm going to actually post 2 today. I haven't posted since I left Careers Worldwide. I did record a video, but I didn't post it, and I've been running so hard the last few days. So, couple things. The video that I'll post first, I filmed on the 10th, and that was after the first day of running, and I made it to Rawlins, Wyoming, and my goal was to get from Rawlins, Wyoming to Battle Mountain, Nevada, and then from Battle Mountain, Nevada here into Tracy. And that would have gotten me here in plenty of time, with a ton of time to spare. Didn't end up that way. Best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. I got to. I left Rawlins early in the morning. Before dawn, ran for about 3 hours before the sun came up. The sun didn't come up till almost 8 o'clock, and there was still some snow blowing a little bit, not so much wind, but just a little blowing snow. And took it carefully and everything like that. Few mountains getting into Nevada, and then I had an issue. Emily Rose, my truck, that's her name, Emily Rose. She was really battling getting up some hills, and she never had an issue with that at all. Nothing other than what you're going to see in a truck. I mean, anytime you're in a truck, a stock truck like most major carriers have, and you're pulling, anywhere from 60,000 to 80,000 pounds, you're not going to be flying up hills, but you're not going to be crawling. And what I'm talking about crawling is I'm talking about less than 25 miles an hour. I mean, you'll go less than 40, and every once in a while, if it's really steep, you will slow down. But she was really laboring along, and I was a little worried. I had treated my fuel with anti-gel because it had been so cold, so I wasn't afraid that the fuel had gelled. But I called Road Rescue to say, hey, I'm having this issue, and that's the first thing they asked me: did you treat your fuel? And yeah, I had treated it twice. I had treated it when I was at the plant because it was getting cold. It was getting cold in Nebraska. I treated it while I was there, and then when I filled up at my first fuel stop, I treated it as well. So I mean, I didn't think it was the fuel gelling, and it wasn't. And what they thought it was a fuel filter. My truck's about ready for its 100,000 mile service. And had a fuel filter changed at least in the last 50,000 miles. And between all the anti-gel and everything else, they thought that was it. So they sent me to a Travel Center of America. It used to be Truck Stops of America, but Travel Center of America, a TA, where they do some of that work and stuff like that, and had them work on it. So I stopped in Thule, Utah, for them to try to replace the fuel filter. They had a few things in front of me, so I was sitting there waiting for quite a while. And then once they got the filter in, the filter in this vehicle, in most of these trucks, it sits in a huge glass or plastic bowl, and once they change that out, you got to prime it to get all that fuel back into that bowl, and the filter, totally saturated, and all that stuff like that. Well, we were having trouble getting it to do that, and so we couldn't turn it over, couldn't do that. Well, they have a machine that helped prime it and everything, and forced fuel where it needed to go, and then the truck started up. But that was 4.5, almost 5 hours into this ordeal, and that really killed what my plan was for running. I planned on getting to Battle Mountain, Nevada. Luckily, I made it to Wells, and I made it to Wells barely, with minutes to spare, because just had to slow down. The weather started turning, and there was nothing in between there for me to stop at. So I needed to get to Wells. If I didn't get to Wells, I probably couldn't have gotten here to Tracy in time. So I got to Wells, shut down there for the night, got up early, started running. Instead of running the 300 miles from Battle Mountain to Tracy that I thought I was going to have to run, I had to run an extra 2.5 hours. So that made it a little bit rougher, but I made it here. I made it, got through Donner Pass and everything like that. Going back to the video I just filmed that I've just posted, I talked about my Echo Dot and asking it questions about stuff as we go, to learn stuff. I had heard of the Donner Party and Donner Pass and everything like that, and know the idea, sort of what happened, just the gist of it. But I was able to learn everything during that trip about what happened, in detail, from her, and that was a pretty cool thing. I'm really liking that. Anyway, so I got here to Tracy. Normally I have a 3:30 appointment. If I'm late, then they're going to charge a $500 fee. But I'm here. If I would have stayed at the Flying J, I would not make it back here in time. The way my clock's looking and everything like that, it would be really rough. So I decided to drive over here, find a place. I used Google Earth. That's a great tool to use, because you can see where you're delivering and stuff like that, and you can try to find places, see if they've got a place or whatever. I saw a field, or not a field, but a parking lot that they have over here that I thought maybe I could convince them to let me park in. And the gentleman that was at the gate, or at the guard shack over there, was kind enough to let me park over here. If not, I had another option, but he was kind enough to let me park over here. So I will get into get an 8-hour 8-2 split tomorrow to get enough time to go ahead and to get this done and everything. If I can cruise this thing slow enough, it's possible that I might not start my clock till, and may get just a full 10, but we'll see. But I'll definitely get at least an 8-2, and I'll go walk it over there and see from there, and check in and everything like that. But anyway, so I'm here and I'm ready to go. Got my alarm set, so I can get up early in the morning and go get this stuff taken care of, get this run. Hopefully I'll get it pre-planned. I asked for my next time off to spend 3 days in Fort Collins, Colorado, where my daughter's going to school, my youngest. Spend a little time with her. That'd be great. So we'll see how that goes. That hopefully will be this coming weekend. So hopefully they'll give me a load that'll run up to Colorado, or so I can do that. Anyway, one thing, I have no problem telling you when I screw up something, and I screwed up something. I bought a Garmin Diesel DEZL 780 GPS. Did a lot of research between there and Rand and everything like that. I decided on the Garmin. I set it all up before I left Rollins and everything, and I couldn't get it to give me the right route, the route I was going to take. It wouldn't. It was sending me all over the place, and I was getting so angry. I was like, I can't believe this. I'm gonna go return this thing, and whatever. But I set it up. I had it on my dash. I just let it run and everything like that while we were going. And I started getting these warnings about low bridges ahead, low overpasses, that I was going to hit overpasses. Well, what happened is it asked for you to put your specs about your truck in there, and so it looks for stuff. It looks for to make sure that you can clear everything, and make sure that you can that you're not overweight, make sure that you're not too wide for where you're trying to go. If you are, then it's going to route you around there. Well, stupid here put that my truck was 16 foot 7 inches instead of 13 foot 7 inches. So everywhere it was trying to route me was every place I could go where I didn't have to, where it could clear 16 foot 7 inches. I don't know why I put that, but I did. But I figured it out as soon as I started getting those warnings. I was like, I think I messed this up. And as soon as I fixed that, it gave me the route that I needed and everything. So I'm running both that, and I'm running Jill, which is the GPS that's on our Qualcomm, and I'm running them side by side and just seeing how they go. A little bit of a difference in the route that they initially gave, but the distance was the same, and the stops are making sure the stops are the same and everything like that. So it'll be interesting to see. Just gonna have to get used to it, but I'll let you know how it goes as we go along. But again, that's just me being stupid and putting in the wrong info. Garbage in, garbage out. That's the way it goes. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's going to be Monday here in a few hours, and I hope you have a great week ahead. And I will see you during the week. All right. Have a safe one. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I am driving for Stevens Transport. I'm in Tracy, California. I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye.